Kim, great to have you on the program. Before we talk about all the details and about the Secretary of State's visit to Jamaica, just as somebody that knows Haiti so well, how would you describe what's going on right now there? Because it just looks like the gangs have completely taken over. Is that a fair understanding?
Yeah, well, we don't call them gangs ourselves. Over the years, I remember in uncountable number of meetings, people talking about the popular explosion that could happen. It just happened. This is the popular explosion. This is an uprising of Haiti's underclass, which has been kept in misery, hunger, poverty for decades and decades now. And they've fed up. They'd been armed by Haiti's oligarchy to carry out their agenda, usually political, sometimes rivalries between bourgeois. But now they've decided to stop fighting among each other and turn their guns on the oligarchy and the government that is behind it, or in front of it.
Kim, so we have Antony Blinken going to Jamaica to try to find some sort of resolution to Haiti right now. What difference does that U.S. intervention make?
Oh, nothing. This is par for the course. They're going to try to parachute in some sort of leadership, somebody to take control of it. But the people, the armed groups who represent the armed neighborhoods of Haiti, and again, just for listeners or viewers who didn't hear this before, they call them the gangs, and it's a pejorative term. They always do this. They did it in 1915 when the U.S. intervened, and they called all the resistance fighters bandits. Now they're calling them gangs. But there were criminal groups, yes, but the leadership really of this new Vivre Ensemble alliance was the anti-criminal, was the vigilante groups, Jimmy Cherizier, Barbecue. So even though he's been portrayed as the U.S. as the #1 gang leader, but he's the anti-gang leader, a former cop who fought the gangs, and but he's got a very deep sense of class consciousness, and he says these people are victims. They're not the aggressors. They are scarred. They are traumatized. They need to be, formed into something. But so right now, they're trying to parachute onto them in this meeting in CARICOM, some technocrat, some who knows who, but it's not going to work. It really isn't, because the people are clear that they want a place at the table. They want a say in where Haiti is going now.
And this multinational security support system, what exactly is that? Is that also something that's being parachuted onto Haiti?
This is a total outrage, because over these past decades, we've heard of UN peacekeeping forces, right? But this is something deployed by the United Nations Security Council, and it's under its aegis, its oversight. But now what they've made, what the US has concocted, because they couldn't get it through because of Russia and China would veto it. So they said, okay, we're going to make a force over here, and we just want the UN Security Council to bless it, to deputize it, to go into Haiti. And who's going to head this force, if it ever gets off the ground? Kenya, 1,000 Kenyan police who are renowned, who have been flagged by the UN itself as overly corrupt and brutal and a terrible force. They have their own death squads. So they don't even have any kind of legal precedent for this. And indeed, the U.S. ambassador to the UN, when it was passed, said, we found a new formula. So this is the way they can send this force and give it a UN color. But in fact, it's just a U.S. proxy force using blackface African countries, Kenya, Chad, Benin, Bangladesh, Barbados, Bahamas, etc., as their front people. And that in Jamaica, wholeness in Jamaica is one of the principal allies in the Caribbean of the U.S. in this masquerade.
Kim, I hope to speak to you again about what's going on in Haiti. Thank you so much for your time today and all your thoughts. Kim Ives from Haiti Liberte, thank you so much.
Thank you.